Well, good evening, folks. The financial news certainly is not good today, and it's probably going to keep deteriorating as time goes on. So, I'm just an ordinary person. I have no savings account. I pay my bills from month to month. That's basically all I do. I live from paycheck to paycheck, just like many people. So I have taken the extraordinary step today to actually cash in my paycheck rather than depositing that paycheck into the bank. The reason for my decision is quite simple. I have to use some common sense here. I read a lot. I also read the Financial Times of London and many other financial papers from overseas, and the situation is basically pretty dire. So if the possibility exists that I can't get my money out to buy food or anything else once I put it into the bank, taking the chance that 2 weeks from now I can't pay those bills or even buy groceries with that money anymore, then I will draw my own conclusions from that at this point. This is just I'm just employing common sense. I'm not urging people to panic or anything like that, but in my situation, I would rather have the cash on hand at this point. I can always put the money in the bank later once the rent is due or something like that, or once some other bill becomes due. There is quite a big chance of the entire global financial system collapsing within the next few weeks. This is not a joke, and this is not coming from left-wing nuts or left-wing sources. As a matter of fact, it is coming from all the bankers and banking industries at this point. It's not, it's being sort of sugar-coated for the American public here, and of course, Bush says, well, don't worry, the economy is sound. Well, I'm not listening to Bush or any of his cronies anymore, I can tell you that much. And the situation is truly dire. None of us knows what's going to happen, but I think it's time to safeguard your own provisions, your own safety at this point. You have to make sure that you can survive for at least 4 or 5 weeks. At least for the person who lives from paycheck to paycheck. This is just common sense at this point. Once you put your money in the bank and those banks go bankrupt, you will not be able to withdraw that money anymore. And while the cash that you have on hand might still be worth something for a little while, I mean, at least you could buy groceries or water or whatever other needs you have, the dollar might crash after that. I'm not trying to be alarmist. I'm just trying to be self-sufficient, at least for a little while, and people need to use their common sense. Whenever someone tells me the economy is doing great when all the markets are essentially crashing, then I know I'm being lied to. So do what you can. If you live paycheck to paycheck, consider cashing those paychecks and not putting your money in the bank. Put it back into the bank if you feel the need to pay a bill. Have enough cash on hand within the next 2 months or so that you can get through the basic necessities of life. it might get much worse actually. So this might just be a holdover. And like I say, I'm not a panic monger or anything like that. But truly, the situation is very, very bleak. People that I've talked to in New York, and some college students which were recently hired at Merrill Lynch, they knew some inside stuff from there, and I don't think the American population even understands how big this crisis actually is. All I want to say is keep safe. Don't overreact. Don't panic. Hopefully, I'm completely wrong about this. And I know, I get comments on here. Oh, well, Ella always talks negative, and she always imagines the worst. Well, let me tell you something. Preparing for the worst has actually served me quite well in many instances. So I wouldn't diss it if I were you. On the other hand, I've been wrong many times, and I overreacted, and hey, better safe than sorry, because nobody else is going to help me out. We're on our own, people. We are on our own at this point. So think it over. I know you can't cash in your retirement funds at this point. I mean, that's laughable. You can't get the money out. So at least make some basic preparations in case all things go to hell. And I wish you good luck with that, and let's keep in touch. Here's your doomsday report for today. Just keep vigilant and don't put the rose-colored glasses on for too long. Good night.